motion. First, I want to congratulate my sister for bringing this motion to the floor. We thank Almighty God for the families that lost their beloved ones, for giving them strength, and we ask Allah to give them more and more strength. Mr. Speaker, the plight of our soldiers is not just, as much as I support the motion, it is not just about giving them the protocol they deserve. They deserve respect. Respect starts from the highest office to the smallest office. And without being referred to as politics or politician, I think we owe Kenyans and most General Ogolla in his death an apology. What we saw during his mass, where he was being blamed on something that God knows if he did or not, but in the African community, a dead person is given respect. I think it is very wrong for someone to come out and mention the things that were mentioned about General Ogolla. At the same time, you sit down and wipe your tears. It's mockery to the dead. It's mockery to God. So I am requesting the government of Kenya to apologize to Kenyans and respect that the defense forces do not do politics, do not eat politics, do not practice politics, do not dance with the politicians. They are out there to protect us and protect our land. And so they deserve dignity of highest order. On behalf of Kenyan government, as the woman representative of Migori County, I apologize to Kenyans and the family of General Ogolla. The Christians who worshipped with him said he was a man of integrity, a man who valued his job more than anything else, and you can see in his lifestyle how much he valued his country. It is absurd, and I request that God please forgive us for mentioning General Ogolla in his death in such a manner that we did. May you, Allah, please forgive us. Mr. Speaker, our defense team, this is the first time in the history of Kenya that we have lost such an important person of the defense team. I am wondering, what has the government thought of as the emotions that were shed during General Ogolla's death, other than his immediate family? There's a family that he worked with for 40 years. And in particular, I saw a lady who wept with a lot of pain. I don't know how close she was to her boss, but I'm imagining how many of them were weeping inside. How many of them were praying that I wish our general lived. I'm requesting the government to offer emotional support to the defense team, especially those who are seen on screen crying bitterly and sadly about the loss of the general. So please let us support them emotionally. If we leave them like this, that is a very sensitive area, and knowing that he has lived there for 40 years with them, just leaving them there.
What is out of order, Honorable Ruto?
Mr. Speaker, I think it's not appropriate for the honourable member to bring in a lady who was mourning and trying to cast aspersions that this lady was extremely close to the general in a manner she would want to know. Please, it is important to leave the family of the late Ogolla to mourn in peace.
Thank you.
It is unfortunate.
Thank you.
For the honourable.
That will pass. Go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, I would like to repeat that because he has commented about it. It might go out in the wrong way. Please give me the honor to do so. My dear brother, Mheshimiwa, I meant that was his staff. That was a junior, and they had a relationship at work. And the way the lady was weeping, she deserves to be supported emotionally, and not only her. There were also men in uniform who were weeping, and they deserve to be helped emotionally. Please don't bring petty issues into a major issue like this. Be sensitive enough yourself, and use the right words when I'm using the right words. I am pissed off with that statement because I'm a Muslim woman and I know how much we respect our fellow women. That is insensitive of you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
This is your chance to contribute on this particular motion.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker, for this opportunity. I want to, first of all, congratulate Honourable Ida for this motion. It's a very timely motion when this nation is going through some challenges as far as security of our nation is concerned. Mr. Speaker, motivation within the military service, and not only military service, but also within the security sector is extremely important. How do we ensure the motivation in the military is achieved? One, the former General Torje came up with very, very key rules which are still guiding military up to date, so that military can be motivated, and that was to ensure when the army as a force is the CDF this year for the period of 4 years, then the next is rotational. We can go to Navy, we can go to Air Force. This is to increase the motivation within the military service. Mr. Speaker, this motion is also to ensure that the military is able to conduct its mandate, constitutional mandate, to defend this nation from external aggression or even internal aggression in the most appropriate and effective manner. Therefore, it is important to support this, Mr. Speaker. I happen to be in late Ogolla's burial in Siaya. I attended the send-off, and it was a very dark day. And it was not only the dark day for the people of Siaya, but also to all the family members who lost their loved ones in that crash. And they come from different parts of this country. Mr. Speaker, it is important we have improvement of military equipment, not only the arsenals of the military, but also the day-to-day equipment which they use, whether it is aircraft, whether it is the vehicles which they use. We must be able, this House must be able to be accountable as far as the budget which is allocated each and every year, which goes to improvement of the equipment which military uses, must be properly accounted for. And not only the military in terms of the generals and the service men who work in the military, but also the commander-in-chief of the Defense Forces of Kenya. The aircraft which the commander-in-chief uses must also be modernized. It is true, the Air Force One, which the president uses, cannot be able to transfer from Kenya all the way to New York, from Kenya all the way to Europe. It is not indeed a very safe aircraft as it is at the moment. At this point, Mr. Speaker, it is good also to congratulate the late President Moi for achieving to ensure military discipline. Kenya military becomes one of the most disciplined forces we have in Africa, but also in the world. This is through effort of the late President Moi, plus other presidents who have served this nation, and the generals who have served the nation. Mr. Speaker, it is not only the military, but also the police service. It also requires ring fencing its budget so that the budget can be able to be used properly, because we are having quite a number of challenges as far as police service of this nation is concerned. Mr. Speaker, we need to move with speed as a House to ensure those who are in security, whether in military or in police service and other security agencies, are well resourced, including the National Intelligence Service. They are well resourced to ensure the security of our nation becomes a priority. That's the only way we can be able to grow our economy. That's the only way we can be able to have investors coming in this economy, and our economy can be able to be predictable, and therefore creating more jobs for our youth and for the future generation. Mr. Speaker, I thank you for the opportunity.
This chance goes to the member for Narok North.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to contribute to this motion on the establishment of a priority boarding protocol for KDF and